are live. Welcome to a brand new special edition episode of Fins Talk today because why is it special? Tomorrow, real football begins. The regular season Miami Dolphins season opener. Dolphins versus Patriots. I'm Bobby Melendez. That's Fish Tank Hank. Hank, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing fabtabulous because I'm going to my first official home game at Miami. I mean, I did a preseason thing to check out the stadium, but now we get to go in and stomp some ass on the Patriots.
That's right. At first, let's welcome everybody tuning in, whether you're watching via YouTube, on the network, Facebook, Twitter, Evan, California, everyone so far who's tuned in. Thank you. Hit that like and subscribe button. So let's get this ball rolling. Hank, football season officially started. The regular season started on Thursday Night Football. The AFC East rival, AFC East division winner last year, the Buffalo Bills, defeated the Los Angeles Rams. Were you able to catch that game?
I caught parts of it. I didn't sit and watch the entire thing, but I caught parts of it, mostly the first half. And then I started just seeing it go the Bills' way, and I was like, this isn't looking good for the Rams.
No. I mean, without, I'm going to spoil that part, but to me, that's the Super Bowl matchup right there, in my opinion. And I'm just going to say this. So, I was a little surprised what the Bills did to the Rams, but you got the Super Bowl hangover. They just won the Super Bowl. They're riding high. They get their asses handed to them by a legit team. And, Buffalo is what we thought they were, and it's early. But, despite 2 interceptions by Josh Allen, he still gets I don't know how many total touchdowns and dominates that football game. Has your opinion changed on Buffalo? Is what it is? Or you're saying, damn, no, they look tougher than I thought?
Nothing's changed with Buffalo. Everybody knows that Buffalo has been building this team. Everybody knows after Stephon Diggs came in that it helped change Allen around, and it completely changed the dynamics of the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills also have a defense and added Von Miller. So, I mean, he was a big impact last night too. So when I'm thinking about the Buffalo Bills, I'm thinking you have to score on the Buffalo Bills. That's the thing with the Bills. It's just like, when the greatest show on turf was going, nobody could keep up to them with points. And I think the Buffalo Bills, with their defense, you're going to have to score points on that defense. And that's what I like about Miami, because Miami's one of those teams that can score. I think you're going to see the same type of direction happen to the Miami Dolphins as it did for Josh Allen is going to happen for Tua this year, with the addition of Hill, 3 running backs, another wide receiver. Easy E is in there. They went and got, tried to help the offensive line again. You got a new head coach. There's a lot going on in Miami, and everybody's picking the Buffalo Bills, but after Miami beats them in week 3 at home, all that blah 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 about the Bills is going to shut down because Miami's going to beat them.
Hold on. You say Miami's going to beat Buffalo in week 3? Are you changing your predictions?
No, my prediction's still a tie because that's my prediction.
But your heart, you're saying no. That's a win.
Says
I got you, brother. All right,
we're gonna win. We're gonna win that battle.
All right, so that is week 3. Tomorrow is the start of week 1. The Miami Dolphins welcome the New England Patriots to Miami, where Miami swept them last year. The Dolphins had a very busy offseason. New head coach, star wide receiver in Tyreek Hill, maybe top 3 in the NFL, obviously. Terron Armstead, a lot of hype in Miami. So where New England second-year quarterback in Matt Jones. Dolphins have a 3-year quarterback in Tua. Their star wide receiver that they signed was Devontae Parker. Okay, but still, it's Bill Belichick defense, Bill Belichick football team. Got to respect that. Miami did sweep them last year. So, man, I understand all the hype, but we can't sleep on a Bill Belichick football team. So let me ask you this first, and then we'll get into our predictions. Man, what are your 3 keys to the game for the Dolphins to secure a victory? That the Dolphins, going with all the fans, all the hype, they don't go into tomorrow and then get shocked and upset. What's your 3 keys to secure a victory for the Miami Dolphins?
My first key, kick Belichick in the nuts. No, I'm just kidding. What I would like to see, Miami against there's Miami secondary versus macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is going to get mushy because he's going to be throwing some interceptions with Holland and X. So unless he just tries to divert and go over to the other side, which I think Holland will be involved over there also. That's key number 1 is our secondary versus their wide receivers. The second key to this game is Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson has got to be able to stop and hold Judon because he's going to be coming in and coming after Tua as much as he can get after him. And, Austin Jackson's been a question. So if he can hold up and keep it down to, say, maybe 3 to 5 pressures or something on his side, I think we'll be okay. Also, eliminate his penalties. So that's why it's on Jackson, between the penalties and his ability or inability to be a tackle, and which we'll find out on this very first game. And my third and final key to the game is, yeah, you guessed it, Bobby, Tua. Tua has got to function. If Tua doesn't function, it's over. But remember, he's got 3 new running backs, a couple wide receivers, a couple new linemen. He should be sitting pretty fat as a cat in the house, however you want to say it, off the hot tin roof, blah, blah, whichever direction you want to go. He has to come in and compete. He has to do his job. And I think he will. Him and the offense will beat out the defense, especially their secondary.
Okay. Create turnovers for the secondary on New England. Austin Jackson, protect the quarterback, limit the penalties, and then Tua has to have a good game. Those are your 3 keys. Gotcha.
Absolutely.
All right. So with the secondary, there is some concern there. Byron Jones is out. Looks like your number 2 corner is going to be Igbo. So he's going to have an opportunity to show out, from what I understand.
Not Needham?
Needham. Well, maybe he's number 3, excuse me. But still, he's gonna be involved in that secondary. It's gonna be a little concerning because you do have X. So I think they're gonna stay away from X and they're gonna aim towards that other side of the field. So I think
they're gonna put Holland on that same weak side too, though. To help
and they could. That could. You got the coverage on top with the safety. For me, the 3 keys are. You're talking about secondary. To me, it's just defensive line. Rattle the quarterback. Force Matt Jones to make mistakes. That's what you need to do. Force him to make mistakes. Stop the run. Force him to throw. Make mistakes. Number two for me, and it goes right with you, but it's the whole offensive line. Protect the quarterback. Protect the quarterback. Most importantly, and then for Tua, and again, number 3, protect the football. Don't make mistakes. You don't have to throw 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. No, you could throw for 200 yards and a touchdown. Just don't throw 200 yards of touchdowns and 3 picks. Protect the football. If you do that, the Dolphins can win this football game. Doesn't have to be a blowout. Just protect the football, rattle the quarterback on the opposite team, and protect your quarterback on this side of the ball.
Bobby, I see a possible blowout by the Miami Dolphins. And the reason why I do, obviously, I mean, you know what I think the score is going to be. I just see a blowout because the Patriots secondary is not going to be able to keep up with our players. There's no way. There's just no way. I just don't see it. And on the flip side, our secondary and our defense is better than theirs against macaroni and cheese. So, no matter how you want to flip the coin, I really do believe Miami has a chance to just blow this thing up. And I hope that if that happens, that McD just throttles up and gives it to Belichick like he's done to so many teams in the past, just runs up the score regardless.
Well, and see, that's the thing. We talk about the corners, and you're right. If you look at on paper, the Dolphins' offense and the receivers should easily take out New England's secondary and that defense. The one denominator that could change that, or the reason why I could still respect that with caution, is Belichick. He makes freaking apple pie out of shit pie. I mean, the guy, he's done that for years. Players that are nobodies, he turns into somebodies. So obviously he hasn't done anything since Tom Brady's left, but in regards of players development and everything, he's done it. So I still have respect in that way, but I absolutely agree with you that yes, on paper, Miami should have a field day with this secondary. And then again, that just falls on the quarterback. Tyreek's going to do his job. Jalen Waddle, thank God, is healthy coming into week 1. It looks like he's going to play. He's going to do his job. Gesicki, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on Tua to make sure the ball gets to his guy.
Yeah, notice you said et cetera, but we weren't saying that last year.
We weren't saying that.
We weren't saying, and this guy, and this guy, and this, with this. I love it.
Yeah, it's on paper, it is absolutely very nice, but things do have to fall into place. Now,
absolutely.
So, as we go in now into the prediction of the game, we're going to talk about, since it's week 1, we did, when the schedule got released, Hank, we did a special episode. It was with you, me, and Brett Legassi, who's the co-host of Overtime, and we did our instant reaction predictions. We've had time now. We've had the offseason finish up. We had the preseason. We've seen other teams. We've had time now to kind of look it over and figure it out again. So we're going to discuss that right now. So we're going to predict week 1. We're going to put on our little Miss Cleo hats. And we're not only going to talk about tomorrow's game, but we're going to talk about the season as a whole. So let me change this up a little bit. Let me update this. Bear with me. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Kabooyah.
Bam!
There you
there
go.
I am, and now I got my hat on.
That's right. That is right. This is the prediction time. Of course, every week we'll do this for every game because, things could change and all that. But our official predictions at the start of the year are going to be right now. So first, before we get that, let's just look over at the schedule very quick. Okay, so obviously tomorrow the Miami Dolphins face the New England Patriots in Miami. Last year, the Dolphins swept the New England Patriots. This year, they try to do this again. They got New England in week 1 in Miami. Then they go to Baltimore. Then they come back to Miami and face the Buffalo Bills, who dominated them the past couple seasons, have swept them last year. Then they go against the AFC champions in Cincinnati and the Bengals. Then they go to New York and face the stupid Jets. Then they come back to Miami. Sorry. Then they go back to Miami and face the Vikings, new head coach, but very, very talented football team. Then they're still in Miami. They welcome the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger is gone. Who's going to be their starting quarterback? Is it Mitch Trubisky? Is it Kenny Pickett? Then they go to Detroit and face the Lions with former coach Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, Hard Knocks. Then they go to Chicago and face the Bears. Then they come back to Miami and face the Browns. I know people are going, I don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to start. Listen, Watson, it looks like he's out for 11 games, so I'm going to roll with that. So it looks like that's going to be Jacoby Brissett in Miami. Then they take a bye. They get to rest after that season. They get a little stretch there. Then they go against the Houston Texans. Davis Mills, Lovie Smith. Nothing to really get excited about in regards of Houston's side, but still, you can't sleep. I think Davis Mills is talented. He's a young quarterback. Then the real fun begins. Then Mike McDaniel returns to San Francisco to face the 49ers against his former head coach, and Shanahan. That's going to be a very tough game. Who's starting? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Jimmy G? these are Super Bowl contenders. It's going to be a showout game for Miami in regards of where they stand in the league. Then they go to the Chargers. When you talk Tua, you talk Justin Herbert. That's going to be a big game for Miami, a big game for Tua to show out against who's probably going to be his lifelong rival as long as he's a starting quarterback in the league in Tua. Then they go to Buffalo. What do they do against Buffalo in week 3 in Miami? Might be a flip of the coin here and against Buffalo in Buffalo. Then they have Christmas game against the Green Bay Packers. Then they go to New England to face the Patriots, and then they finish off against the diarrhea green Jets. That is how our season looks. So as we put on our hats, let's get this ball rolling. If you have scores in mind, throw them out there, my friend.
Oh, you want scores with it? All right.
Yeah, if you have scores in mind. If you don't have them, that's okay. This isn't fans bandwagon. I ain't gonna treat you like Evan does. I treat you right. So anyway. All right. He'll watch that. Yeah, he stepped off. But all right, so let's start off with tomorrow's game. We've said the keys of the game. Protect the quarterback. You say create turnovers with the secondary. I say you force that you rattle Mac Jones, force him to make mistakes, and then obviously Tua has to protect the football and deliver. So week 1, tomorrow it starts. Your official prediction, the Dolphins versus the Patriots in Miami. What do you got?
I got us kicking their ass. That's what I got. 35-14. Miami's going to beat them by 3 touchdowns, 21 points. However you want to cut the mustard, folks. If you're a gambling man, go with the Dolphins.
All right. So you got Miami winning 35-14. What's up, California? So 35-14. You have a win. I'm going to try to level that down a little bit, in my opinion. I think sometimes with a new coach, a new system, sometimes it's a slow start. Miami might start fast in the game, but it might be a little slower throughout, especially with a coach like Belichick. I have Miami winning week 1. I have them winning, though, 24-17. I know the Dolphins are favored by 3 points. I have it up by a touchdown. That's how I think it's going to go. It's 24-17. Miami wins. They start the season 1-0. You got a reaction to that? You're good with that?
1-0, absolutely. I don't
That's
agree
good
with your score, but I don't have to.
It's a win. You don't care. No, okay.
It's a win.
Now
we get to argue. Go ahead.
Yeah. Not yet, but we will. I know we will. Okay. Week 2, they travel to Baltimore. Last time Miami beat Baltimore Ravens, but historically, the past few years, Baltimore has handled Miami pretty well. It's a difficult game for the Dolphins. But this year, Miami goes to Baltimore. It's not at Sun Life. It's not at Hard Rock, excuse me. What's your prediction? How do you see that game going against the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson's not going to be able to score enough points to keep up with the Miami Dolphins. That's what I think in this 27-23 game.
27-23. So it's a close game still, but just not enough to top the Dolphins. Okay.
I think Miami's going to have just too much firepower on offense, to be honest with you. I'm looking at the Ravens defense, and they're not what they are definitely not what they used to be. So
understood. So you got it. You got the Dolphins winning 27-23, 2-0 Miami start of the season. Yes. I'm with you. Miami goes to Baltimore. I think it's a close game. I think it's a tighter score. I think Miami wins 17-14 in a very tight, physical football game.
You better start knocking off some games here, because with you only having Miami winning 8 games this year, you better start putting some losses up there.
Don't say that. Don't you do it. That sounds like an Evan Posner thing, what you're trying to do. So we both have Miami starting 2-0.
Hey, he is my son,
I've heard. Always found that interesting. All right. Now it starts to go back and forth here. Now we're week 3. We both have the Dolphins starting 2-0. The scores are a little more tighter on my end than they are yours. But now it gets interesting. Now it's going to start getting hot. Why? Miami welcomes the reigning defending AFC East division champions, who just beat the hell out of the Rams, into Miami. Yep. Buffalo Bills versus the Dolphins. You at first, and you said it earlier, you had it as a tie.
Yeah.
What's it looking like right now for you?
It's going to be a win. It's going to be a win. I had to think about it for a while. But once again, teams are going to have this issue against Miami all season long. Are they going to be able to score as many points as the Dolphins do? And I don't think a lot of teams are. And I really, really like the Buffalo Bills defense.
Yeah.
I really do. So don't get me wrong. They have a tough defense. I just think we have a slightly stronger offense. Same thing with their offense. Their offense is really tough too. But I believe that Miami's defense is better than their offense. Now, I'm talking this is very close to even because I had them at a tie. But Miami's going to win. Miami's going to pull away, and Miami's going to win. Not only are they going to win, they're going to win by 7 points. So,
okay. So 7 points up. Okay.
Yeah. And the score will be 20-27. Miami.
I love it. So a 3-0 start for you. And now here we go. First of all, Evan, this is why this is Fins Talk today. You've got the Mr. Positive and Homer and Hank, and you got Mr. Reality.
Whoa. No, you can't just Homer me like that because I come in and I give you opinions. And a lot of times, like last year, if you go back and look at the tape, I was right.
But if you were right, the Dolphins would have been 17-0.
No, if I was right, the Dolphins would have been 13. But how many did they win? 9.
That's right. So, and remember that. So, all right. So you've changed it from a tie to a win. You saw what Buffalo did this Thursday night. You've seen what Miami's done in the preseason. You say, you know what? No, it's Buffalo can't beat Miami. The Dolphins are going to win week 3. Okay. Evan says, host of the Fins Bandwagon show on Tuesday nights with Hank. He says the Dolphins will average 28 points per game this season. Okay. Buffalo, Dolphins have not shown anything yet against Buffalo the past 2 years, and Buffalo looks very strong still. Defense, offense, quarterback is probably going to be an MVP caliber season. I think this is the first loss of the season for the Dolphins. I have Miami falling to the Buffalo Bills 38-24. The Dolphins get smacked in the mouth. So you have a win, 3-0.
This joint up.
Oh, stop it.
You just stunk this joint up.
Cut it out.
Stop acting like you're a realist. If you were a realist, you'd take some more time and look at their secondary compared to our offense. You'd also take a look.
Stop. Because you want to say if you would be more realistic, you would look at both quarterbacks. Look at both quarterbacks. And one is elite and one is here until he proves he could go up here. Till Tua could prove that he could go against that Buffalo defense and could take advantage with those weapons. I'm going to stick with my 38-24.
You're taking the low-hanging fruit like always. Like always. You always pick the low-hanging fruit. Anybody could sit there and say Tua hasn't blown it up. No, but he hasn't effed it up either.
You won't be mad, Evan.
So let's be realistic. He has a winning record, period. No matter what you say or do, the guy's got a winning record.
Who?
And you can't go around that. And that's NFL, not if you want to be in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's
he starts
NFL.
Games and then he gets pulled from the game and the backup wins the game.
Doesn't matter.
It's true. You're right.
Look who the head coach was. Look who the head coach was.
2 winning seasons.
Give me a break.
2 winning seasons.
They've done everything to sabotage this kid.
Okay. Well, whatever. I think everybody could agree that the Dolphins didn't do Tua any favors to be successful. But I think even if they did, it wouldn't matter. Anyway,
that's why I said
take
the low-hanging fruit, which isn't that low-hanging.
Let's move it along. I knew this.
He's got a winning record.
Week 4. Okay, let's go. 4-0. The Cincinnati Bengals at Cincinnati. You got them going 4-0?
No, I think that's the first game I have them losing.
Okay. Let's go to the details, my friend. So 3-0 start for Miami. Now they go against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. Reigning AFC champions. I mean, they were literally, if we talk about Miami's offensive line, Cincinnati was almost right there with horrible offensive line play. But they made it to the Super Bowl, and it was Quentin Spain, the left guard, who got Joe Burrow hit. If Joe Burrow would have had at least another second, that was Jamar Chase was wide open because Jalen Ramsey has fallen off a cliff. He was embarrassed in the Buffalo game Thursday night. He was horrible in that Super Bowl game. But the Bengals were a touchdown, a score away, a pass away from winning that game, but they got sacked. So how do you see this playing out? You say it's the first loss. How do you see that happening?
I just think that with Jamar Chase and Burrow, and their team has done nothing but get better, and they were just in the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, you got to give props where they're due. They were in the Super Bowl. I'm totally giving them the respect that they deserve based on what they did last year and how they improved in the offseason.
Oh, you have a score?
I have a score. It's going to be 32-28.
Ooh, okay. So I'm with you. I think this, for me, it's the second loss of the season. But I think it's a very close game as you have it. I'm the same way. I think that, I think the Bengals they just topped Miami by a field goal. I have the score 31-28. Cincinnati beats Miami. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think this will be the game where people start to really see Tua take advantage of these weapons that he has. The first two wins, it's more close, or maybe a touchdown here and there, but nothing really shows. This is the game where you start to see the promise of a Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Tua. So now Miami travels from Cincinnati to New York to the Diarrhea Green Jets. You have how do you have that going? I think I know where you're going.
I have this being a blowout. Jets are going to get 10. Miami's going to get 27.
Again, we're pretty close. So, yes, this is going to be a blowout. Miami is going to, they come riding high. Yes, it's a loss in week 4. It's 2 losses in a row, but week 4 was really, quote unquote, which I don't believe in, moral victory. It's kind of a moral victory because you got to see how the offense explodes. I think Miami takes advantage of that and rides that into this next game against the lowly Jets. Even though the Jets had a great draft, Sauce Gardner, the corner they drafted, they got a decent team. It's just not decent enough to do anything. I have Miami winning 28-13 in New York. So pretty close. Now, week 6, the Minnesota Vikings. This one's going to be tough, in my opinion. This one is going to be tough. Vikings, yeah, they do have a new head coach, but that's not because they were they just didn't take, they didn't reach the occasion. And Zimmer, you just have to let things go, kind of just move forward. What's up, Ender? So, but still, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, they still got Kirk Cousins, and the defense in general, they got a very good team. So I'll tell you what I have, and then you follow me up, okay?
All right.
Me, I got it. For me, it's 27-17 Minnesota. I think this is going to be a tough game for Miami. What do you think about Minnesota versus the Dolphins? This is in Miami. I know that matters too.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but we have the same exact score. The only difference is you're rooting for the wrong team.
I'm not rooting. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You are a pain in my ass. I didn't say that. Don't do that. I hope I'm wrong with the losses, but don't do that. All right. So you have 27-17 Miami.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Good. Nice try. All right. So now week 7, Pittsburgh. Yeah. This is a primetime game, I believe, right? So
and my ex-neighbor from Oregon is going to come out and go to this game with me. I invited him out. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I said, "Come on out. I'll treat you to a game, and we'll have a good time." So he's going to come out for that one.
Very cool. So it's going to be a fun game. Just because
I'm worried though.
Primetime. Okay, and we'll get to that point. So, but we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. We know Mitch Trubisky's the starter. He's going to start it out. But it's still, Minka Fitzpatrick, Najee Harris, Mike Tomlin. It's still a very damn good football team, minus the quarterback situation. Kenny Pickett, who a lot of people like, he's a rookie.
Be playing.
You'll think he'll be starting by that point. Okay.
He will be starting in Miami. That's my prediction. He will actually start in Miami.
All right. So since you got your prediction, what is the score? What do you got, man? I know you said you're worried. So tell me why you're worried first. Tell me why you're worried.
Score will be very close. Okay. It's going to be 32-28 Miami.
28-22 Miami?
38.
38-20.
32-28 Miami.
Got you. Okay. I think it's going to be close too. I think it's just because of the defense, really. I think that I think the defense for Pittsburgh is still very good. I think it's 17-10 Miami. So I have Miami.
You think Miami wins by a touchdown?
I think they win by a touchdown. I think that defense.
I think it's going to be closer than that.
That's good. All right, so if we can reference this now, we got
you know why though? I like Kenny Pickett a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'll tell you, I was up on him before he got drafted. Is my point.
I remember.
And I told my neighbor, I said, "Watch, your team's going to get Kenny Pickett. He's a great quarterback." Sure enough, they got him. The year before, I said, "Watch, your team's going to get Najee Harris." Sure enough, his team got Najee Harris. I was like, holy crap, your team just got two players that I would have loved to see on my team. So that's why I say I have cautions with Pittsburgh, is because they've actually picked up a lot of teams that I wanted Miami to get. So,
well, and you know what, though? I mean, again, it's just like the New England game. I mean, you got to count the head coach. Mike Tomlin is a damn good football coach. So, that could go either way. We both have it wins. We both have it close. You have it a little higher. I have it a little lower. It's more manageable. So let's go to Detroit. Miami travels to the Detroit Lions. These are hard knocks. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff. They drafted Jameson Williams out of Alabama as their wide receiver. How do you see that playing out?
I see that as a hard knocks day for the Detroit Lions with a loss. It's going to be hard knocked. It's going to be 24-17 Miami.
You got it closer than I do. I think I think it is going to be a hard knocks day for Detroit. And I like Detroit. I like Dan Campbell. I'm rooting for him. I think he's a good coach. I'm rooting for him. But Miami destroys these guys. It's going to be 35-13. The Dolphins are going to tear up Detroit. Now, Dolphins then stay in the NFC North. They travel to Chicago. Yep. Justin Fields is in second year. A lot more hype behind him. He showed a lot of promise in the preseason. How do you see that playing out?
Justin Fields is going to be in the weeds. He is not going to fare well against the Miami Dolphins. He'll throw more picks in that game than any other game he'll have this year.
Ooh, okay.
That's my prediction, all right?
Got you.
And I see Miami actually making 2 defensive scores in that game. I see the Miami Dolphins winning 28-21.
28-21. Again, I have it a little closer. I do have Miami winning. I think the Dolphins pull it out. I have it 24-21 Miami by a field goal. Cleveland Browns, week 10. So Deshaun Watson, there's a lot of talk last year and the year before about Watson to the Dolphins, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't work out the way Cleveland finally gets him. He's suspended for half the season. People, I know there's still talk, he might play this game. He's out for 11 weeks, so I'm not worried about it. So my version of this is Jacoby Brissett is still the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns unless they make a trade and get someone else. If he starts, and even if he starts, Cleveland still has a very damn good football team on both sides of the football. I mean, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Kareem Hunt. I'm forgetting the corner's name now. But anyway, very good football team, even without the quarterback. But it falls on that. The Dolphins beat the Cleveland Browns at home 28-13. What do you got?
You got them. You have them beating the Dolphins?
I have Miami beating the Browns.
28-13.
You got it.
Well, I actually thought this would be a game Miami would lose. But they don't have a quarterback. I didn't know they were going to be losing their homeboy. I didn't know they were going to be getting Watson. I didn't know that it was now going to be Brissett. So taking everything into account, Miami's going to win this game. But it's going to be closer than you think.
I think that's fair.
I believe it'll be a 17-14 game. I think it's going to be low scoring because both defenses are pretty darn good.
No, you're absolutely right. I get that. I think Miami. I think the defense is going to take advantage. I think this is a defensive scoring game. It's a high scoring game. Obviously, Miami will score a touchdown offensively. But you were just saying the week before you got 2 defensive touchdowns. I have 2 defensive touchdowns right here. So, all right. So I have the team. Now we're going to the bye week. So let's recap very quick, Hank. So right now for me, I have the team going 1, 2. I have 7 and 3 right now. Miami. That's their record going into the bye week. What's your record?
Mine's pretty obvious. Mine's 9-1.
9-1. So you're 9-1 going into the bye week. I'm 7-3. So I think either way, this plays out. If we go into the bye week and the team is either 9-1 or 7-3, Dolphin fans are happy. We're happy.
We're in the playoffs if we do that.
We're damn good either way. Evan says 8-2. That's where Evan is at, 8-2. So Miami takes a nice little break for a week. It's sad for us because we got to sit around and watch other teams play while we're waiting, but we're hyped up because the Dolphins have a winning record, and it's a damn good one. 7-3 or 9-1. Evan, 8-2. So going to bye week. Now we go against, we stay in Miami. We face the Houston Texans. They come to face the Dolphins. The Texans fired their head coach, David Culley. They hired or promoted Lovie Smith. Davis Mills is in his second year. He's a promising young quarterback, but still, they have some pieces. You never want to be rude or disrespectful about that, but not enough to win it, I don't think. I think Miami beats them 21-6. I think it's really that. It's not about scoring on that one. It's just about doing your job and winning. So I think Miami does enough to win, and they kind of just chill out a little bit.
I got 27-10, Miami blowing them up.
Gotcha. All right. So now this is a little tough stretch right here. This next game. Let's see. Actually, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tough games coming up here, in my opinion.
Nah.
Yeah. Well, so you got it now 10-1. I got 8-3. Now we go to San Francisco. Super Bowl contenders, but who's their quarterback? Is it Trey Lance? Is it Jimmy Garoppolo? They did the smart thing and kept Jimmy G in case Lance falls off. Debo re-signed. Defense, Fred Warner, DeForest Buckner. I mean, this is still a damn good, great football team. It's gonna be tough, but I think it's a measuring stick for Miami, even the following week. But it's gonna be a tough stretch here, and you're gonna get mad. But what do you got? How do you think?
I'm gonna get mad.
How do you think Miami does against San Francisco?
Miami's gonna beat San Francisco.
Okay.
Dealing with this every time. Miami's gonna beat San Francisco. You know why? Miami has more talent than San Francisco has. That's okay. Why. It's really that simple. You look on paper, Miami will win. Everybody says, well, Shanahan's been the coach and that was his blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. This guy is coming out. Mick D's coming out. He's got a plan. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how to treat people. He knows how to get the best out of them. I think this is going to be a coaching difference is what it's going to come down to. But I also believe Miami has slightly more talent. In this shootout of 21-28, Miami taking it.
Say the score one more time. I'm sorry.
28-21, Miami.
Okay, so about a touchdown. Okay, it'll be a shootout. I think that first off, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a fight. I don't think this is a blowout either way. But I do have San Francisco on top. I have Miami losing 24-20 in this game. So it's going to be a close game. And again, Miami is showing that they belong. They just don't have enough to take them. Now they go to now we got we travel from San Francisco, stay close. We go to Los Angeles. We face the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, until one of these guys fall off the face of the earth, when you speak of Tua, they're going to speak of Herbert. Especially Dolphin fans, because there's fans that are still complaining that they took Tua over Herbert. So until Tua, and it is what it is. So this is going to be a big game for Miami and for Tua. Not that I think Tua is going to put much stake in that anyway. I think Tua is just going to want to do his job and get it over with. But the Dolphins go to Los Angeles and face the Chargers, who are, again, a very good, damn good football team. Another MVP candidate. It is what it is.
Bobby, just say you're picking the Chargers.
Oh, I'm picking the Chargers. I have
All
the
right,
Chargers.
go ahead. Tell us why you're picking the Chargers.
Just the reason why I say 31-24, Dolphins lose by a touchdown. What's your score?
I actually have Miami losing this game.
I know. You said that.
And I don't have them doing that too often. But they're going to lose. They're going to lose this game. They're going to be wiped out after that 49ers game. They're going to go in there and throttle up and give them everything they got.
That makes
sense.
When
they face the Chargers, they are going to be beat up and worn out. There's no way they're not going to beat them. I have the score 28-20. Miami loses.
You know what? I like that explanation because it's true. If Miami goes into San Francisco and battles it out and can even come, if they come out with a win, it makes sense that it could probably either they could come in firing and being excited and hyped to go take against another big team against the Chargers. It would make sense for them to take a step back because they're just burnt. But okay, so we both have losses in that. Now the Dolphins stay on the road. They travel to Buffalo. It's late in the season. It's in Buffalo. You had a win. It was a tie at first for you. Then you changed it to a win in week 3. This is week 15. Dolphins at Buffalo. What do you got?
They're going to lose this one too.
Okay.
Tua doesn't play well in the cold weather, period. And he's going to be in freezing cold weather at that point in time. And the elements are going to make a difference. And I just think Buffalo's going to be too strong at home. With the climate, Miami's going to be coming from back to back to back to back hot games and going to Buffalo. It's not going to fare well. I have Buffalo actually winning 35-21.
Okay. So I'm with you. Of course, I had it lost at the beginning of the season, but I don't think in Buffalo in that stadium with that weather in that scenario, I can't see Miami winning. I would love to see it. I'd love to see either both ways. But right now, I think Buffalo's still a very strong team, and I think Miami falls 13-28. So let's move to Christmas, the holidays. We're excited. The Green Bay Packers come to Miami. The Dolphins are playing. Are the Dolphins getting a Christmas gift? Are the Dolphin fans going to be excited after the Christmas game?
Damn right they are. They're going to kick the hell out of the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay's going to be used to floating around. See, this is going to be the swap out now. Green Bay's going to be used to floating around in the snow and having their fun. And then they're going to have to come down to Miami and deal with that 88 degrees with 100% humidity, the sun burning down on their ass. Yeah, they're going to be melting on the sideline, bro. Not only that, but Miami also has a better defense than they do offense. The secondary is going to take away any pass options that Aaron Rodgers has. And if he tries to run, Wilkins is going to smack him in the face. So Miami's going to win this one. And I got this one at 32-27, Miami Dolphins.
You got it closer than I do. Well, you can't sleep on Aaron Rodgers, still Hall of Fame quarterback. Matt LaFleur, Coach of the Year candidate. You hear all that. Defensively, Jared Alexander. They don't really have a number one. I think it's Lazard who's their number one wide receiver. I think that impacts them. But I do think they take a step back this year. I actually have Miami beating them very comfortable on Christmas Day. I got it 38-17 Dolphins over on Christmas Day. Miami loses, and obviously Miami loses 3 straight, right, in this prediction that I have here against the Niners, the Chargers, the Bills. But Miami comes back and smashes the Green Bay Packers in the mouth because I think that's the type of coach McDaniel is. Now,
well, I don't think they're going to lose the 3 in a row. So that's
I'm talking according to me. I'm talking according to me.
Well, I got to get my side in there.
You had your time in. It's my time now. I was going over my part.
Wait.
Now it's your part again.
There's one thing that doesn't happen around here. I don't take up a lot of time.
All right. So I smell bullshit. No. Okay. So now Miami travels to the New England Patriots. Again, Boston, cold weather game. You say he doesn't do good in that game, but I mean, it does do good in that weather. How do you think that goes?
Tie.
Yo, say that
Tie.
again. That's the
Tie.
tie. You switched the tie.
I have a
Oh,
tie. You know why I have a tie in that game? Because by then, Belly Cheat will have it figured out. Macaroni and cheese will be solidified a little more. He won't be so juicy and sloppy. And I think Miami's going to have their hands full up there. It's just that simple. So I think it's a tie. I like Miami's team better, but the elements and Belichick make me give it a tie.
I think you and I are on the same page, minus the tie with everything you were saying. I think you're hitting all the nails right on the head. Um, I can't see, and I'd love to see it, but I can't see Miami sweeping the Patriots a second time. And it goes to the Belichick thing. I think you're right. I think he figures it out. I think Mac Jones is a little better by that point in the season. I think obviously it's in New England. Weather will play a part. I have Miami losing that game 17-14. I think it's close, but Miami loses
Ooh.
by a field goal. Now, finishing the season, it's week 18. Dolphins, Jets in Miami. You said before, I think you said before in private message that you have the Jets blowing out the Dolphins in this game.
No. I have this funny feeling that Bobby the Wrecker is trying to come in and mess with my games. Look,
No.
Bobby, this is simple. It's the Jersey Jets, bro. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
All right, I got Miami 40-20.
Love it. I think I'm with you.
You know what I am concerned about, though, before you
about
give your little transition there? Miami might be sitting players if they're looking at doing a run.
Yeah, in your scenario, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I think that there's a very strong chance if Miami's at a point where they are, in your estimation, that point of the season with that record, they could be sitting some players. Tyreek,
They might be.
So you're right. Here they aren't. Here they're trying to fight for that spot in the playoffs by this point. I have it 24-10 Miami. I think the Dolphins do enough to win, but not enough to hurt any of their guys. So my final prediction, I do have Miami winning. Obviously, it's the Jets. I'm not concerned at all with that. My final prediction, the Dolphins record, they're 10-7. That's the final record for the Dolphins for this season. Hank, can you please update us on your record?
13-3-1.
You keep it the same. You just switched it up, my friend. So
I got to go with what's happening. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But I do have, in your scenario, the Dolphins are squarely and comfortably in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. They're in the wild card. And I have
Miami will win at least 2 playoff games.
I love your enthusiasm.
You heard it here first. Miami Dolphins are going to win 2 playoff games.
I don't know about 2 playoff games just because of the fact that I don't know who's going to be in that second playoff game and when I was doing my thing. But I do believe that Miami, because of the coach above all, if Miami gets in the playoffs, they're going to win a playoff game. I'll wait for the rest of how it all plays out. I got a playoff game at this point right now.
I'm just looking at the teams that are in the NFL, and I like where Miami's at. 2 wins.
Yeah. Man,
that's if they don't go to the Super Bowl, but we'll see.
Hey, you never know. But, I'm, just very quick, and I'm looking at these things. And as we go on through I'm going to be on 2 different shows today. But I want to say something, though. The AFC in general is a very strong conference this year. When I look at the NFC, yeah, there's some good teams there, Hank, but not enough that if talking about Super Bowl, when I look at the AFC, obviously Buffalo, right, Miami, the Colts, maybe the Titans. They've kind of taken a step back in some people's opinions. The Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens. But you look at that West. Look at the West. That could be 3 playoff teams right there. The Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Raiders. All 4 damn teams are damn good. One team's going to end up falling out. I think 3 of those teams can end up in the playoffs this year. So it's going to be a fun football season in general overall, especially for a Dolphins fan. However, as long as they're winning. But I think it's going to be exciting for everybody, especially if you're a football fan above all. It's going to be a great year. What are you thinking?
I'm real happy. I'm excited. As soon as I get done here with you, I'm going to take my butt down to the Stadium Hotel.
That's right.
About 3.5 hours from here, I'm in Orlando. So I'm going to drive down. I have this canopy for somebody that won. Hopefully, they'll come pick it up from me. I'm only about 20 minutes from Miami, and I think they're in Miami. So we'll see how that goes.
Gotcha. And so tomorrow you're going to be live at the game. You're going to have an amazing time. Win, I would say. I want to say win, lose, or draw. You're going to have a great time, but no, win. You're going to have an amazing time. I'm going to be here watching, enjoying myself. Of course, we're very busy at Fitz Talk Network. We got Digging in the Trenches at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then we got Overtime, a special episode of that at 8 p.m. And then tomorrow after the game in the evening, we got the post-game show. So it's gonna be fun. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe button so you guys can follow up on all of this. You got Hank.
And what happens on Tuesdays?
As I'm going to that, man, let me finish my thing, brother. It's all good. Anyway, Tuesday, you got the Fins bandwagon with Fish Tank Hank and Evan Posner. Wednesday, you got the Goon Squad. Thursday, you got Bottoms Up, Fins Up, and Huddle Up and Wait. A lot of fun things going on. Hit that like and subscribe button. Tune on in. We will see you next Saturday with a reaction to this game from us, of course, but Hank will give his reaction, of course, on Tuesday. Mine's on Sunday night. And then we're going to preview the Baltimore Ravens game. So, hey, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like and subscribe button. And most importantly, Fins up. We will see you later today.